Hello! Hello, 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 hello. Hello, hello. Welcome to a Tuesday stream. It's Tuesday and I'm streaming, ergo it's a Tuesday stream. Hello, it's good to see you. How have you been? Sorry I've been gone. I have been busy. I took the weekend off to hang out with my parents, but I'm back. We're back in action. And I'm looking forward to it. As said on the schedule I put out on the social medias, we're gonna have a bit of a variety week this week. And the reason I decided to hop on today was because A, I didn't stream it all last week and I missed it. And so of course I'm gonna overcompensate and stream extra this week. Why wouldn't I? And two, the game we're playing tonight, as you can see on the screen, just released new content. And if you didn't know, I really like Power Wash Simulator. It's a very relaxing game for me. So I was like, oh, yeah, we'll do an extra stream. We'll hop in. We'll check out the new content. I haven't seen this yet, so I'm really looking forward to it. But yeah, that's enough for me. So we have new bonus jobs in Power Wash Simulator. Nothing new in the career section, of course. But we have a paintball arena, an excavator, and a Spanish villa. So what does it say here? It says, welcome, Power Washer, to the home of splattered dreams and bruised egos, the Muckingham Mustangs Paintball. I'm sure this commission must come to you as something of a surprise. After all, what alerts you to the fact that you're entering the fray better than being surrounded by the vestiges of years of combat? So this place hasn't been cleaned for multiple years? That's... Oh, thank you for the head pats! Also, hello, Ozzy, good to see you. I'm sorry I forgot to say that earlier. I, for one, feel all the hairs on my neck, back, and shoulders bristle as soon as I see that minecart caked in the misses of my enemies. But needs must. We have a score to settle with the Detergento Dragon Slayers, and for this we're gonna need a completely spotless battlefield. 100 shots each, count the hits and the misses. One winner, no arguments. Oh, so they just don't clean because they usually don't need to, but this one, every shot counts. I guess that makes sense. I wouldn't. No, I have never played paintball. I've shot a paintball gun at a wall before a couple of times because Big Broski had a paintball gun when we were younger, but I have never done a paintball thing. All right, let me make sure the graphics aren't gonna get funky and lag out. Okay, we're good. Let's look around first. So there's our step stool. We have a ladder? I don't even know. So we've got all the walls. We've got this section with a slide. Looks like the top is pretty clean, so we won't have to worry about that. Oh! Tracks. Oh, this is fun. Oh, there's the minecart they were talking about. And of course there's a gnome in there. And it's clean on the inside! Let's pull you out of there while we clean that, huh, buddy? I don't know how to tilt you, though. I don't think I can. Also, your shoes are transparent and I can see through them. That's kind of cool. Oh. So you're transparent. Alright. Well, you're just gonna hang out there for now. Then we've got, like, another slide. I assume this is a basic paintball course. I'm not a sentimental person, nothing could be further from the truth. But it's still going to be sad seeing all these amazing memories get washed away. Well, thank you for the headbats. Do you want to hear some stories about them? You're gonna tell me anyway, no matter what I say, because we're the mute protagonist who never says anything. That's how it always works. Yeah, I hope you guys had a good weekend. I had a pretty good weekend. I ended up losing track of time right before the stream. unfortunately. um, when parentals were here, we went to an art museum, and I got to see a Mark Rothko painting in person for the first time, which was really cool. I've never seen a Rothko in person before, but I'd seen like, well, when it comes to like abstract painters, like I think I've seen a Jackson Pollock or two in person before, but I'd never seen a Mark Rothko, and it was really neat. And I was sitting around thinking, I read a really great article a couple of years ago about the vandalism of art, and I was trying to remember if Mark Rothko was the artist who they'd been talking about, and that's what made me lose track of time, because I was trying to figure out if it was. It wasn't. It was Barnett Newman. But I ended up reading a lot more about Barnett Newman that I had either just forgotten or didn't know. And I found out that there's actually a documentary about the art piece that was vandaled, which is titled Who's Afraid of Red, Yellow, and Blue 3? If you've never seen it, it's like this, it's huge. It's a giant painting, probably over 60 inches long, and very tall. I think like 45, 50 inches tall. It's huge. And the Who's Afraid of Red, White, and Blue series has just honestly three sections of color, and each section is or rather each painting has their section set up differently. So Who's Afraid of Red, Yellow, and Blue 3 has a very small strip of yellow on the right side of the painting, which if you blink you'll miss it. It's barely there. There's a slightly larger strip of blue on the left, and then the rest of it is just this very intense red. And in the 80s, a guy slashed it with a knife, and he made like 50-inch long gashes in the painting. And restoration was something of a nightmare, because when you're restoring a vandalized artwork that's got a lot of detail, because I think Picasso's had vandalized artwork before, but you look at a Picasso, you're like, oh my god, there's so much stuff on there. It's probably a lot easier to make like the removal of spray paint or something, or the stitching of a canvas. It's a lot easier to cover up than someone who's like, it's just a square of red. Any touch-ups would be extremely noticeable. And it was reflecting on like vandalism in artwork, and how true restorations for some paintings can never be established due to like the changes in materials over time and like hard to replicate techniques and things like that. And I thought that was interesting. Love me a good art museum. They had a bunch of cool stuff too. Oh, and I got to see a Francis Bacon in person for the first time. Actually, no, I saw two. And I'm sure there were other museum patrons who were weirded out by the sight of a young lamb pumping her fists in the air really awkwardly and trying not to cry because she was looking at a Francis Bacon painting in person. I'm sure they get visitors like that every once in a while, so like the employees are probably used to it. But I'm sure I got a couple of looks. I was just so excited. I love Francis Bacon. He's one of my favorite painters. And I'd never seen his art in person before, and I got to, and it was just awesome. Oh, I don't even remember which painting it was, because it was one of his earlier ones. But I was just still so excited. That's one thing that I did not like when I was younger, but the older I get, the more I appreciate it, is like a good bit of art history. Because I've always liked history, but I don't know, when I was younger, I thought that for me, art would just be like about creation, and that history didn't matter as much when it came to that. But after taking like, you know, several art history classes, doing a lot of my own like independent learning, I like to go to museums, so I've been to a few art museums in my life. Not a bunch, but a couple. Just the older I get, the more fascinating I find it. Especially in like the 18th and 19th centuries and like closer to modern day. Because I feel like all the classic stuff has been analyzed to death because of how much time has passed. I don't know. I don't think anything will ever beat... Well, I saw Francis Bacon in person, but I've also seen Jean-Michel Basquiat in person, and I did cry that time. Because he is my favorite American artist, like, ever. So, that was fun. Anyway, we are power washing. I mean, we've made 6% progress. That's not much. This is gonna be a big stage. Oh, I just realized the volume is off for Power Wash Simulator. Whoops, hang on. Give me a second. There it goes. Oh, that's loud, actually. Let me turn it... Let's do the in-between. How about that? There we go. Yeah, I usually have music playing in the background when I'm playing this game because, you know, it's just ambient noise, which is nice, but just ambient noise and nothing else in the background for long periods of time can drive me a little bananas. So I was expecting the music, but I just had a realization of like, I don't hear the sound of the water. We're good now though, it's fine. I got too invested in the art history to notice what was happening in the current situation. Fort Red. Oh. Oh, what is this? TF2? But the other one will be Fort Blue. Pickaxe! Just like in Minecraft. TNT. Hope that's fake. Everybody in this chat had a good Labor Day weekend like I did. Even though I know we probably didn't do the same things. Mine is pretty good. You know, getting to see my parents more often now than I have in the last... probably the last couple of years now, actually. Just because of world situations and whatnot. We also went and got German food while they were visiting, which I hadn't had in forever. I tried sauerbraten for the first time. Thought that was I was surprised at how much I liked it, actually. It's like roast with like a really interesting marinade. But it was just like super tender and really nice. And then a lot of red cabbage. The place we went to gave me so much red cabbage. I was like, I was like, is this an... I am failing to get my consonants tonight. Of course I am. It's my first stream in a week. I was like, is this an entire cabbage? Because damn, that's a lot. I also got Mama Sheep to watch part of the first episode of Jury Duty, because I started watching that recently. I'm only like 3 or 4 episodes in, but I've really enjoyed it so far. I think it's very silly. I thought the part in the first episode where he actually used the I'm racist bill to get out of jury duty was so uncomfortably hilarious. Oh, yes, okay. Thank you. I will hydrate. Yes. You watched it. Hello, Toxon. Yes, I did. I'm not far. I'm not far. But it's been good so far. But I showed the first episode to Mama Sheep, and she was pointing to Ronald, the non-actor guy. She was like, Mallory, he's an actor. And I was like, no, Mama, no, he's not. It says that he's a solar panel contractor. And then we ended up arguing, and I had to go look it up, and I was correct. Only a couple of episodes. Don't spoil. We can talk about episode 1. I think episode 1 is fair game. Let's not go past that, just to be safe. But, yes, it establishes right away that it's like, everyone's an actor except for Ronald. But he's so carefree and easygoing about everything that happens in the first episode. It makes me go, I wonder if everything is just gonna roll off his back the whole time. He seems like a very water off a duck's back type of dude. It's just the vibe he gives me. And then poor Mama Sheep was like, is that how James Marsden usually acts? Because if so, that's awful. I was like, Mama, he's an actor. What do you think he's doing? He's acting! Oh, good times, good times, good times. Yeah, it was good. We went to an art museum, went to a farmer's market, just kind of had a chillaxed weekend. Everybody is so insane in the show. Yeah, I've watched some of the Joe Schmo show from like the mid-2000s, and I've gotten a little bit far in that one. I think like halfway through the season. But everybody acted like an insane person on that show. And there were so many times where, I think his name was Paul, almost called everybody out. Including, like, right at the very beginning, where he was like, do I know you? To one of the actors, and the actor was like, ah, oh, shit. Because no one was supposed to get recognized. That wouldn't work nowadays, because the guy who plays Rickety Cricket in Always Sunny was on that show before he was on Always Sunny. So you'd recognize him now. Unless you haven't watched Always Sunny, but I have, and that's what I'm talking about. I would recognize him, because I watched that show. Is episode 1... I think episode 1, yeah, is when everyone gets picked. Because it ends with, James Marsden being like, oh, I'm a distraction. Oh, look, the paparazzi are here because I'm James motherfucking Marsden. And the judge is just not. The judge is just not having it. And then I think, yeah, at the end they ask everybody, how they feel in one word. And the first guy says kidnapped. Oh my gosh, yeah. Good show, I would recommend. It is free with Amazon Prime. You don't have to have Netflix or Hulu or anything like that. I ended up watching a lot of Dexter's Laboratory this weekend, to be real. Everybody's like, who? And it makes him so mad. It's so funny. I only really know him from X-Men. I've seen Enchanted, but I saw it when it came out and never again. But, yeah, ended up watching a lot of Dexter's Laboratory over the weekend because Papa Sheep is he was always a big Dexter's Lab fan. And, I have one of those fancy TVs, and I had been watching SpongeBob, because, yeah, like you do. And he saw that there was Dexter's Lab on there, and he watched it for like 3 straight hours one night. I was like, you good? You don't want to do anything? He's like, nah, I'm good. I haven't seen Dexter's Lab in forever. In my, the show is still pretty decent, but to me, I don't think it's aged super well. Papa Sheep was in his element. Yeah. The only way he could be more in his element was if he was watching Powerpuff Girls. Because that was the other show he used to watch with me when I was a kid. And, he was a big fan of that show. But I think Powerpuff Girls is on Max, and I don't have Max. It's like we've reverted back to cable. I hate it. Thankfully, YouTube tends to have a good rotation of, like, free with ads things for when it comes to, like, movies and stuff. So that's how I've been sourcing a lot of my films lately. I saw that UHF was free with ads recently, and that's probably what I'm gonna end up doing Thursday night, is watching that movie, because I've never seen it, and I love Weird Al. Things so digital don't get lost and become impossible, right? Right? You know how much artwork I've lost in my life? I know you're being sarcastic. I'm just grumping about it. It's like, oh my god. Generally, I still try not to even, like, purchase... I'll purchase digital-only content for video games because that's pretty much all we got now. But when it comes to, like, movies and things, I still try to do physical as much as I can. Unless it's a digital-only release. Like, the only thing I've ever purchased on, like, on a YouTube account was the Aqua Teen Forever Plantasm movie. Because it was... did it get I don't remember if it got a physical release or not, but if it did, I was like... I don't know. I just ended up buying that because I wanted to watch it. But I don't know, man. I don't know what to do. I just sit here and play the video games and try to entertain. I don't have a solution to this. I'm great at complaining about it, though. She's the grump, we're just missing a not-so-grump. Oh, no, 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 I'm not taking their shtick. No, 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 they can be the grump and the not-so-grump. I'm just a grumpy little lamb. It's fine. Although I gotta admit, even with the grumping, I'm feeling a lot less grumpy. I think it's also because I got to, like, hang out with loved ones over the weekend, which helps, like, you know, very invigorating when you don't get to see them too often. But now I'm cleaning paintball shots off a box. I wonder how thick the box is, because, like, I've never been hit by a paintball, but I've shot a paintball at, like, a wall before. It feels like it would be very, like, strong. Like, it would hurt. I don't remember if Big Broski ever actually played paintball or not. I just know he had a paintball gun at home. Twitch's #1 paintball cleaner. I don't think I want that title. I don't know anything about paintball. I'm just here because someone's paying me to clean it up. Don't worry, he's about to tell us more paintball stories because we're almost at 20%. Hey, see that purple blob just on the top corner of the cactus? You mean the one I cleaned? Yeah. That's probably my favorite splat here from back when we were the Muckingham Manticores. What? You changed from the Manticores? That's such a fucking downgrade. Manticores are awesome. And I'm not just saying that because I play Arknights. Miggy Mist, captain of the Dragon Slayers, had sprung out of the fort with only one thing on his mind. My demise. Oh. That sounds very intense, sir. Dan Van Beethoven. So I instinctively surged into my signature forward roll. Are you Samus Aran or something? Split second later, his shot was on the cactus, while mine was a clean hit on the shin. I hope you wore protective padding. It seems... Getting hit by a paintball seems painful. But yeah, no, this honestly just reminds me of... This could be a TF2 map, you know? It could. Oh, forgot you way up there. When's the TF2 collab with powerwash? I would purchase that one. I would buy that one. No foolin'. I haven't played TF2 in like 8 years or something like that. But yeah, I would buy that. Even if I don't play it, I do enjoy a good TF2 meme. I still don't know if they're gonna... Like, the SpongeBob one was pretty peak in my mind. Like, it was pretty good. And honestly, the base game is pretty good too, I think. The way they ramp up, like, the difficulty of the things you have to clean and the intensity of your power washers. And I feel like they have some really fun places, like the final level with the Marine Palace, or like the alien spaceship and things. I don't know how they're gonna top SpongeBob though. SpongeBob was awesome. I also say that knowing I am very biased, because I like me some SpongeBob. I still have not beaten Battle for Bikini Bottom, by the way. Oh, that game is difficult. In the later parts, it's very difficult. Oof. I'll pick it up every now and again, get a couple golden spatulas, and be like, alright, time for a break. And that's just kind of how I kept myself sane playing that game. Base game was great. Sometimes you got a giant level like the tree house, followed the quick one like the penny farthing. The penny farthing takes 2 seconds to clean. But yeah, it was a nice vary of like larger and smaller content too. Also made me realize that motorbikes covered in dust and grime are very difficult to clean because they have so many little spaces. Just like the bike in the Final Fantasy crossover content. And the weird three-wheeled truck. I still don't... I've never played Final Fantasy. I'm not supposed to understand why the truck has 3 wheels. I don't question it, man. They just hired me to do my job. Victory's mine. I hate it. I hate it. That's such a dumb pun. My goodness. Ah. I think the 3-wheeled truck is more of a Japan thing than a Final Fantasy. Really? Oh, I didn't know that. That's cool. I just think that the only time I've ever seen a 3-wheeled truck is in that Power Wash Simulator content. So I guess I just kind of assumed, which is not good. Shouldn't assume stuff. But then again, would it be bad to assume that the giant robots you clean in that content are also a Final Fantasy only thing? Yeah, probably. Hello, Beebs. Nice to see you. We are cleaning paintball paint off the walls of what looks to be a Wild West Grand Canyon-ish replica of some variety. The scorpion robot you clean is the first boss of Final Fantasy VII, so you're good there. Yeah. All I know about that game is Cloud has Buster Sword and character death. And Sephiroth has one wing like I do. And I think Chocobos are in that game, but Chocobos are in all of the Final Fantasies. Chocobos. Okay, yeah. Man, I don't know anything. Are you related to Sephiroth? I don't think so. All I know about him is that he's a bad guy and he has one wing, but his is black. I don't know anything else about him. Genuinely. I don't know. I get him and Roxas from Kingdom Hearts confused all the time. Wait, not Roxas. Riku. Riku's the one with the silver hair, right? used to get him and Sephiroth confused all the time. Roxas is the second pointy-haired boy that's not Sora. You mean you get him and Sephiroth from Kingdom Hearts? Wait, he's in Kingdom Hearts? Oh, don't tell me that. Don't tell me that. I'm already confused. You can fight him in the Coliseum. The more you know. When I was younger, I knew a guy who cosplayed Cloud. He had really long blonde hair, right? And so he decided he wasn't gonna wear a wig, and he was just gonna style his hair to look like... Oh, okay, so they're just same multiverse. Multiverse theory is canon, just they're different multiverse. That's what my brain is going to tell me, and I'm gonna leave it at that, complication-wise. But, yeah, I had a friend who wanted to cosplay Cloud, but didn't want to wear a wig. So he wanted to style his hair to look like Cloud's. And he tried. But what he did was, he took, like, flat-ironed sections of his hair. So they were flat. You know, like if you've ever sectioned your hair out and flat-ironed a piece of your hair. It looked like that. And he would hold it out and hairspray the ever-loving shit out of it until it stood straight up from his head. And he just made a bunch of, like, very flat spikes. And that was how he did his hair for his Cloud cosplay. Which, in retrospect, one of the most memorable Cloud cosplays I've ever seen, because he's the only person I can remember cosplaying Cloud because of his hair. Oh, man. I think at the time I was a lot younger too, so I knew even less about Final Fantasy than I do now. And I think he told me that all I needed to remember was hair spiky and Buster Sword large. I was like, alright. Oh, but that was back in the day when I used to be the anime convention weeb I used to be. That was a stupid way to say that sentence. I haven't been to a convention in several years now, though. Partly because of world situation, but also just because, like, life has been busy. And, like, I don't know. Things cost money. And time, transport. Well, those are two features of Cloud, yes. I think he meant they were the only ones I needed to remember. Which, you know, it worked! What does this say? Bank? Put your hands up, this is a robbery? Right, I should do that, shouldn't I? It works until Bleach, which would have a second spiky-haired blonde guy. See, this was... I'm pretty sure this was at the time Bleach was out, though. And it was like... blonde Spiky. Not redhead Spiky, blonde Spiky. It was like, if black Spiky hair, Dragon Ball Z. If blonde Spiky hair, Final Fantasy. If red Spiky hair, then Bleach. Although, to be fair, a lot of them eventually become blonde partial part of the time in Dragon Ball Z. I just watched Abridged again recently. I forgot how good it is. Honestly, Dragon Ball Z Abridged may be one of my favorite anime of all time. Oh, I had so many epic encounters with Miggy. People would always say how evenly matched we were. Alright. I love your Zoro One Piece cosplay. It's incredible how many times it would end up with just the two of us left, battling it out. He's reminiscent about the glory days. Always one eye on the prize, the other on each other's torso. Alright. The tension between the tension between rival players in a paintball match. Yeah, you could absolutely turn that into a romance anime. Speaking. I mean, there's so many sport animes now anyway, but I think paintball is a very, I think paintball is more of an American sport. Someone correct me if I'm wrong. Kind of tension. That's up to you, dear reader. That reads like something Lemony Snicket would put in one of his novels. Did you ever read Magic Treehouse? Oh yeah, years and years ago. Oh god. I was the target age demographic for those books when I read them. Maybe a little younger. I don't know. It depends on when they came out. But yeah, I read those. I don't remember if I read all of them like I did other series. But yes. I remember Magic Treehouse. They went all kinds of places in that treehouse. I think they almost got eaten by dinosaurs once. I think they went to a pirate ship once, something like that. But yeah, that was one of the many, many, many book series that I, like, just bulldozed my way through as a kid. I was a very avid reader when I was a wee lamb. Not as much anymore, because college kind of kicked it out of me. But I'm slowly working on making it back. And I still read manga, but like, you know what I mean, like, just word books. I'm working on it. I have a couple things set up for when I finish Journey of the West, which is what I'm currently reading. It's a habit I'm trying to bring back. But yeah, when I was a kid, I read like crazy. I read, what do I remember? Read a lot of Bailey School Kids. I think that's the series where it's like, oh, my homeroom teacher is a vampire. My soccer coach is a werewolf. Like, the whole series is just various adults in these children's lives being some sort of mythical creature. Life would be better if adults had a free pizza for reading books program. Oh, the days of reading for pizza. See, I was the one kid who didn't care about the pizza, though. I was just reading the books because I wanted to. Yeah, I think Bailey's School Kids was the one where every adult was like some cryptid of some variety. I read a lot of, what else? There's this children's book series called Hank the Cowdog, and I do not remember the name of the author, but I know I read every single book in that entire series more than once. Warrior Cats? No, I didn't read Warrior Cats, actually. That's like the one thing that people are like, oh, I bet you read Warrior Cats. And it's always the surprise. It's like, no, that one didn't happen for me. One of my best friends in elementary school read it, though. And, the updates I got from her, I think, were just enough for me to be like, all right, I'll just absorb this knowledge from you, and then I'm good. Because, you know, the Warriors fans have always been a little very, very excited about Warriors. You're just calling me after all my media choices. No, well, Homestar Runner's good. Don't put Homestar Runner in there with Italia. Yes, I read Homesick, but I never read Warrior Cats. I'm a different breed, apparently. I'm not saying quality, I'm saying era of internet fandoms. Oh, true. Oh yeah, that's a good point. I was an avid Neopets player back in the day, and the Warrior fans there were all over the place. So, yeah, you're absolutely correct. Next, you're gonna say you were a super but not a Hulock. I was none of the three. Though if you made me pick one, if you were like, you have to pick one, I would probably pick Supernatural, yeah. I've seen a little bit of all three, and I don't really care for any of them. I liked the first season of Supernatural, and then after that I got just bored. So, yeah. Yeah, I didn't like Super Who or Lock. No, I was very into conventions back in the Super Who Lock, when it was very popular era. You heard it, she hates Western Tokusatsu. Oh, goodness. Yeah, I was the one person who in that fan base was super active, and there were, like, tons of Doctor Who cosplayers and, like, tons of, like, Supernatural fan art and stuff. And then I'm over here in my little Homestuck corner. That was kind of the joke back in the day. All of this to say, I've probably spent too much time on the internet for how long I've been alive. How is it Western Tokusatsu, though? I feel bad, because I talk to so many Tokusatsu people, but I'm still not 100. I know it's like Kamen Rider and stuff. But is it just live action? Live action TV? Tokusatsu special effects TV. Oh. Oh, okay. Yeah, in that case, I guess Doctor Who would count, huh? You know what the thing I know the most about Doctor Who is, which says a lot about how much I know about Doctor Who. Doctor Who was the series that was airing when the Max Headroom hijacking incident in 1987 occurred. That's the most I know about Doctor Who. That's what was playing when the Max Headroom incident occurred in the 80s. Oh. And that one of the doctors was in Morbius. I know that too. This is going well. We're already at 54. Look at that. To be fair, this is a big-ass map. I mean, this is a big map. Also, do they run in sand? Or is that just, like, super light-colored dirt? If they run in sand, I bet their calves are, like, insane. Running in the sand is so rough. All you need to know about Supernatural is the character got sent to Superhell for being gay. I use Tumblr. I know that. Believe me, I know a lot about Supernatural because of Tumblr. I think November 5th, 2020 was like the wildest day that website will ever have. Or was it 26? Whatever. It aired on election day, something. Supernatural ended, president. It's been a couple years since that happened, but you know what I'm talking about. You were on Tumblr for the great... I've been on Tumblr for most of the things. I was on Tumblr for the bone stealing witch. I was on Tumblr for the human pet guy. But now was on there through a lot of negative things. I feel like a grizzled, ancient, elder old woman when I'm on Tumblr. Like it's been 87 years and I've seen it all. I wish I didn't know what these words mean. I'm sorry. And if you don't know what a lot of that stuff means, do yourself a favor, don't look it up. Your life is genuinely better. Not knowing. Yeah, I didn't get a lot done over the weekend. You know, took the time off. I did end up playing a lot of Zelda, because my parents are the type of people to fall asleep to like TV, and they've always fallen asleep earlier than I have for the vast majority of time. So I only have my bedroom, so they were sleeping like in the living room on an air mattress, right? Because it was just me and them. And I ended up spending a lot of time playing Zelda while they fell asleep. And my mom was like, no, it's entertaining. It's just like watching a cartoon. But you're also making a bunch of goofy comments on top of it, because I can't shut up when I play video games sometimes. And Zelda is one of them. So I felt like I was kind of streaming, but just for Mama and Papa Sheep and not anybody else. Oh, Tumblr sexy man poll. See, Reagan deserved the win, though. Reagan's great. I need to catch up on Mob Psycho 100, but Reagan's great. I also would like to start watching Yu Yu Hakusho soon. It's a series that I know bits and pieces about because I used to pick up random issues of Shonen Jump back in the day, and I would read them out of order. But you know, it's a Yoshihiro. That's his first name, Tagashi. And I loved Hunter x Hunter. That was a great series. So I was like, I remember liking this series. I remember getting weirded out every time Kalenma showed up, but it's fine. I'd really like to watch that show. I gotta set aside some time for it. That's the thing, watching anime takes a lot of time. But sometimes I don't want to read the manga, you know? Like, I'm kind of that way right now with part 7 of JoJo. And I think for me, the big thing is, like, my brain has a hard time wrapping itself around, like, the action and movement of the horses in particular. Which then, of course, I've heard some people say part 7 will never get animated because of the horses, which I also get. And of course, it just makes me think of Edward Muybridge and the reel of the horse galloping. Horses do walk real strange, man. On the inner wall of Fort Blue, which I think is where we are now, is a purple doubler. What does that mean? What does that mean? There's purple all over the damn place, guy. I'd taken out both of Miggy's lieutenants with a single shot, and he rage-released 2 shots on the wall, which backsplashed him. Well, that doesn't sound like you're playing the game very well, if you're not supposed to hit yourself. So funny. We actually ended up laughing about that, and that's when our relationship changed. Tell me y'all got together. I'm waiting for the hookup story. I'm waiting for it. I need it. The romantic tension in these little bits of text have been driving me insane. There's not a ton of commentary you can do on this game, but man, when they give you those little bits of text... Also, a reminder, if you're new here or you somehow just like haven't heard yet, I'm doing my 1-year anniversary subathon. It is my very first time doing a subathon on September 16th. And I have some commission giveaways lined up. I have some goofy little incentives for subbing and things like that. I have games lined up. And I think it'll be a good time. So, yeah, just putting that out there. I'm a little behind on getting stuff ready for it because I took the weekend off, but family is important. Yeah. Mama Sheep was like, "Are you gonna stream while we're here?" And I just kind of looked at her like, "No, that would be really rude." Well, thank you for the headpads. It's like, I'm not gonna make you sit in a chair in my house and watch me live stream something that's probably not interesting to you. I don't know, she seemed a little surprised that I wouldn't do that. Like, of course. Of course, I think if I streamed GeoGuessr while she was here, she probably wouldn't mind. But then again, she would also probably be in the background yelling if she knew where her place was and I didn't. So, it's a good thing that we didn't actually do that. She informed me that my favorite streams of hers have been the Strong Bad's Cool Game for Attractive People streams, just because she knows that I've been a Homestar fan for so long, and the GeoGuessr ones. When I went and visited home in spring, which was like the first time I'd been home in a couple years, she made our family sit down and play GeoGuessr together on the TV. And I was just cracking up the whole time. And when it came to like national, like the rest of my family was pretty participative. Because, you know, like my family has done road trips and stuff like that before. My parents have lived in different areas, things like that. Then when it came to international, they all just looked at me like, Mallory, where is this? And I'm like, okay, this is your idea. I haven't played GeoGuessr in a long time, though. That's what I told Mama Sheep. There's just too many games. There's too many games and not enough time to games. Which, I say that, and I'm playing a game that I have, like, at least 100 hours in by now. But it's new content for game. I have not played content before. You know? That's part of why I think that's part of why I made this week Super Variety Week. Partially because there's just new content out for games that I like, and I want to hold off on doing like a long series until maybe after the anniversary stream, and then after that, I think I'm gonna pick back up on Yakuza and continue the Yakuza journey, because it's been a couple months. Kiwami 2 had a great ending, so I can't wait for things to immediately mess up. Yeah, it'll be great. I saw a post, and it was a lot of Yakuza characters drawn as Animal Crossing villagers. That's so cute. Majimo's a cat. Kiryu was a wolf. Because, you know, he's a lone wolf. Fun-ups. And it had, like, Wano and Kuze and Shibusawa from Zero. Majima was a cat. I already said that one. They had Ryuji. He was, like, an eagle. I don't remember what Haruka was. Nishiki was there. I don't remember if Kazuma was there or not, though. It was cute. I should really draw people in Animal Crossing villagers. It'll be a fun exercise. I should do that sometime. Maybe in a future art stream. I'll take, like, requests for things like that. But yeah, on Sunday I'm finally gonna play Valhalla, the Cyberpunk bartender game. It was recommended to me, ironically enough, a day job a couple years ago now. It's been a while, but I've had it in my inventory for so long, and I've just never... That's part of my problem. I have so many games that I've just never bothered to actually play before. You know, the whole, like, Steam Summer Sale meme. It can really apply to me. It can also really apply to me on the Switch. I have quite a few Switch games I've never touched. Well, thank you for that. Red rules. Wah. Not anymore. Bye. Get wrecked. Blues stink. All I can think of is Team Fortress 2. I mean, to a lesser extent, you could also think of Red versus Blue, but I have seen like 2 episodes of that in my entire life, so I would not get a single reference. There's horns here. Are there horns on the red side? No! Blue has the fancier sign, too! I watched many a Red versus Blue back in the day. I fell off at season 15! They have that many seasons? Good God. I just know it exists. lot of seasons. Not as many seasons as Hell's Kitchen, though. The only reason I'm thinking about Hell's Kitchen is because before stream I was watching like a compilation video of Hell's Kitchen moments. I love that show. Anyway, if it's still going, it's the longest running internet series ever. I don't think it still is. But again, I don't know a lot about anything Rooster Teeth does. I know they make Ruby. I know they made Red vs. Blue, and that's kind of it. I just never was in the same sphere as like a lot of Rooster Teeth content back in the day. Although I know they were very popular for like all the different things they've done. I think I watched a documentary on them once. I don't remember by who though. Look at that cactus. Popping out from behind the paint. Look at it go. Should have left paint in the shape of a smiley face on it. Alright. Still got the back wall, and I think the top area to do. I think... yeah, we're getting near the end. 72%. Rooster Teeth paywalls and subscriptions. Man. Some damn paywalls and subscriptions. It's like I watched the many scandals videos that Many Kudos makes, and the one that I remember the best was the controversy with the Warhammer fandom, where it was like any fan-made video content would be put on their streaming service and couldn't be on YouTube. I thought that was insane. That's one of the craziest things I've ever heard. I feel like, this is my personal opinion, right? But I feel like the fastest way to shoot yourself in the foot as a company that makes content like that is to regulate and get really intensely involved in fan content. Because fan content is just there because people like the stuff and they want to make it. I know, I make a lot of fan content myself. They post the first episode for free on their subs on their website and the rest of it on HBO. Oh, that's terrible. If they really wanted to do that, they could have locked it behind a Patreon or something. I think a lot of people do that nowadays. They'll do like a free video on their YouTube and then like a paid for their like patron videos on their Patreon. But oof. It kind of makes me think that, see, my favorite YouTuber ever hasn't made content in a couple years, and I think he's pretty much just done making content for the internet at this point, because he's not active on social media anymore, I don't think. But, it makes me glad that he left when he was still in his prime, and I can still look back on all of his content incredibly fondly. Or maybe he is still making stuff, and maybe it's under a new alias or something. I don't know. But so many things can happen when you're like a small independent person. Yeah, yikes. That sounds like a whole yikes situation, Tox, huh? Alright, we're at 75. We're getting there. Oh. Let's see some spots I missed. Oh, and some more spots that I missed. Oh no. Lots of tiny specks all over the place. Can't be having that. No, sirree. Wait, Jerma's retiring? What? Wait. Oh, wow, I didn't know that. See, I've been off the internet all weekend. I have not been on my computer. I've like glanced on Instagram a couple of times, but like I have not been on the internet. I have been so out of it the last couple of days. So like, oh my god, I didn't know that. That's kind of where Vinny is at. Although lately he's been a little more active, but yeah. That's crazy. Oh my gosh. Feels like yesterday I watched the House Flipper Invitational. Man. Like, because it was only a couple of months ago, but still. Well, at the end of the day, it's probably whatever he wants to do. He is a person. I get it. Still got a ways to go on the rock face, because I think it's all the inside of the mine too. Oh boy. Life really is too short, and you have to learn to seize the day. Give it to me, man! You see, Miggy told us all the other day that this is to be his final battle, ever. Oh? I just wished I'd have told him what he meant to me before it was too late. You still have time! Damn it, you still have time! My voice just cracked. I suppose I could still drive to Sparkleton and drop in on him, but with the price of diesel, he'd be lucky. Miggy tragically paintball died. Alright, my brain's already writing fanfiction in my head for this situation. Dan is just like pining over Miggy for years and years and years, and like but he doesn't realize it, right? Towards the end of their paintball relationship, Dan realizes he has feelings for Miggy but is too scared to say anything. Miggy announces that it will be his final game. Dan considers driving all the way to Sparkleton, but alas cannot do so. Tries to meet up with him halfway, but something mischievous like rom-com plan happens. I don't know. But then at the end, like at their final match, right before the final point is scored, or fucking I don't know how paintball works. He confesses his feelings to Miggy, and Miggy just kind of looks at him and is like, dude, I have a wife and 2 kids. Thanks, though. And then it's really awkward, and their final parting is just, like, the worst final parting you could ever have. The end. Tongson has a nicer interpretation. Dan decides to drive to Sparkleton, but has to stop at a gas station to refuel. And Miggy's also there, refueling to go talk to Dan. And they lived happily ever after. But not in my version of the story. That's what you get for not being forward with your thoughts ahead of time, Dan. You don't build up the expectation. Just gotta be honest about your feelings, Dan. I don't even know what the fuck I'm talking about anymore. I have been on this course for so long. I think the next one is very short, though. Oh, what the? Hang on. See that? I'm wondering if it's being registered as a different object, or if it's just a different, like, overlaid texture? I'm not... Oh, wait, it moved a little bit. I think it might be connected to, like, some of the outdoor foliage. Yeah, because if you look at that shade of orange, and then the shade of orange of the tree that's right here over the fence, I think it's peeking... Yeah, there's a second spot there. Well, that's fun. Unfortunately, it was a PS2 creepy gas station from a low-poly horror game, because they were in the neither of them returned home because they were in the 10-minute prologue. That's how Silent Hill 14 opens. That's great. I love that. Oh, goodness. Alright, we're almost done. I think the inside of the mine is the only space left besides the top area here. Oh, we got the cactus. What's your take on rickrolling? It's fine. I feel like it's just a ubiquitous thing with internet culture now. So I tend to not bat an eye at it too much. And if someone actually gets me, I'm usually like, hey, good on you. Because I feel like I'm pretty good at spotting a potential rickroll. You know, I've been rickrolled many times in my life. I've rickrolled multiple teachers in my life. Because I thought it was very funny when I was still in... probably like a freshman in high school or something. I don't know. I got stick bugged earlier. No! Stick bugging is different! Oh, and don't even bring that crap in here. But Bubsy will show up and stick bug me. He does it all the time. Don't bring that in here. Okay, the floor is clean. So we mostly need to do the top sides, and then the slide. I think we'll be alright. Or is this just a walk up way? Or do you just... This isn't a slide, never mind. I thought it was a slide. Just been scarred by stick bug pranks. Look, blame Bubsy. It's his fault. I swear to God, Bubsy! I swear to God! I can't believe you! I can't believe you do this to me, Bubsy. I got stick bugged. Like literally a second ago I got stick... Yes, he off-stream stick bugged me! He off-stream Zelda stick bugged me. I can't believe he... Oh, goodness. Whoa! Why is that glowing blue? Hang on. Why were you glowing blue? Is it just a weird thing, or? It might just be a weird thing with the shadows. But when I viewed it from over here, it looked like something was like, yeah, you see? It looks like it's lighting up? That's weird. Huh, I don't know. Yes, I did see that. Hey, don't do that to me, please. And I love how you say totally unrelated. When they couldn't be less unrelated. Yeah, Bubsy, that's a thing now. So, it's generally, I've seen a couple PSAs. It's like, you should be careful when opening Discord links from people you don't know. For people you do know, I'm sure it's less of an issue, but, you can, disguise links now in Discord messages. Yeah. Yeah, it's concerning. I tend to not even look at if I get a DM from someone who I don't know who it is. I'm also just not on Discord super often. I try to be better because, like, I have my own Discord server now and such. But man, I just forget it exists a lot. Apart from, like, the couple... Like, I use it to DM, like, 1 or 2 people, but that's really about it. Wait. Oh, wait, the front. Forgot about the front. Oh, no. Okay, and then the other trim side. There we are. I gotta go get my step stool. I think they didn't give you a ladder on this level because they didn't want you to climb out of bounds. Because if you had the full ladder, you could absolutely climb to the top, walk off, and hop out of the area. It makes sense, but it's boring. Oh, I also saw Pokemon Stadium 2 is out on Nintendo 64, the online Switch. Where you can play the old games on Switch. I don't remember what it's called at this moment, but Pokemon Stadium 2! Ah! I, like, immediately saw it. Because I was, like, hanging out with parents, and we were looking at old Switch games that they remembered, or not Switch games, old Nintendo games that they remembered just on the Switch. I'm looking train of cats. Yes, the walking train of cats. Oh yeah, that's one of my favorite things. All of the cats in this game. Um, but yeah, I saw that Pokemon Stadium 2 was in there, and I was like, ah! And I immediately started playing the minigames. And Mama Sheep and Papa Sheep were just like, you alright? I was like, do you two not remember the countless hours I spent on this game? They were like, no. Like, wow. I can't believe I never made you play a minigame tournament with me. And then they made me do the quiz. And so many of the questions were about trainers in, like, the Pokemon Stadium Academy and stuff, and I was like, I don't know any of this! I haven't played these games in decades! Because Mama Sheep's always called me, something like Little Miss Pokemon Encyclopedia, because I've been into Pokemon ever since it came to the States. So, like, anytime she's like, even anything Pokemon related, which doesn't happen much, but it did when she used to work, she would call me and I would be like, hey, you called the right person. I know all of the information, but apparently I don't know all of the information, so I didn't do well on some of the quizzes. And I am thinking about, I'm not thinking about kicking your ass. I just think it's fun to play the minigames with people. They's fun. I was also playing a bit of GoldenEye, and my god, I forgot how slippery that game is. And Mama Shoop was like, why do you know what you're doing? And I was like, Mama, I've played this. She was like, are you serious? I was like, yeah. Do you not remember we had this game? I think she forgets that sometimes my big broski and I existed in the same spaces, and we shared a lot of the video games despite being like 10-ish years apart. You didn't have to get all tsundere on me, Tox. But yeah, my brother and I would play 007 multiplayer a lot. We'd play a lot of the original Smash Brothers. He would make me watch him play Resident Evil 2 very often, and scared the bejesus out of me because I was young. And this game called Nightmare Creatures, which was actually a lot worse. That game actually gave me nightmares as a kid. I've still never touched it, and I don't plan on it. But Mama Sheep is always like, you need to play games that are suitable for your age. Don't play your brother's stuff. And I would all the time. My brother had that super crappy... I've heard of a lot of people growing up on 007 multiplayer. Yeah, that's what you had before COD, was 007. Or Counter-Strike, or maybe Counter-Strike was like... the first Counter-Strike was around when 007 came out. But yeah. What was I saying? I don't remember. It's okay. This has been a very rambly stream. Rambly. Oh, right. I remember what I was talking about. It just came back to me. Mama Sheep was always... She was always kind of strict on the media I could consume as a kid. You know, she wanted me to not watch things that would destroy my little young lamb brain and eyes and whatnot. But when you have a big broski who's like 10-ish years your senior, it's a lot easier to get a hold of that stuff. So like when I was really young, like I listened to a lot of Linkin Park when I was very, very, very little, because my brother would play it in the car when he took me to school. I listened to a lot of Eminem when I was a very small child, and should not have been listening to Eminem. I think I knew all the words to Without Me when I was like 7 or 8 years old. And that's not a joke. I genuinely did. And, parents were always like, don't play that stuff around your baby sister. And he would anyway. We played the horrible Nintendo 64 South Park game a lot. And that was the one show Mama Sheep would never want me to watch was South Park. Which now I've seen quite a bit of that show. She was like, it's not for children. It doesn't matter that there's children in it. And to be fair, she's absolutely correct. But I was young and dumb. But yeah, he would play Grand Theft Auto on his like Xbox, and I would watch. We would watch a lot of early Adult Swim together, and that's why a lot of Adult Swim's earlier programming is so nostalgic to me because I watched it when I was really young. Like I watched the Brack Show when it came out in like what 2001, and like a lot of Aqua Teen Hunger Force, which you know is like my favorite television show. The one show I didn't watch that I would like to try and catch up on is Harvey Birdman. I've not seen a lot of Harvey Birdman. I've watched tons of Space Ghost. Oh, I've seen all the Brack Show. I've seen all of Aqua Teen. I never watched a lot of Harvey Birdman. Partially because I was just never interested in anything pertaining to like legal stuff. Because I was small and didn't understand any of it. But now I would get the jokes better. And then when he moved out, I would go sleep over at his house every once in a while. We would. That was always my time where I could watch stuff that Mom wouldn't let me watch, or play games that Mom wouldn't let me play. Like I think I was a teenager when No More Heroes came out initially, where I was like right around teenager age, like young teenager age. And I remember like crying wanting to get that game. Because it looked like the coolest shit I'd ever seen in my entire life. You know, Travis Touchdown's a cool guy. He does cool things. He's got a laser katana. He beats people up. It's great. I remember Mama Sheep was always like so stressed out by like the violence of it and stuff. Ah, good times. I think I would like to stream No More Heroes, because I didn't finish the first one, I got really close. I think I ended up getting distracted by some other game that came out. And I still haven't played 2 or 3 yet, so I'd like to stream those as a way to force myself to get through the whole story. Rick Kushira, thank you so much for the raid! Thank you! That's awesome! Hello! Hello, Raiders. Hello, how are you doing? We're cleaning a paintball fort, but we're almost done. I think we've only got a couple of tiny things left. Like this rock face and a couple other things. But hello. It's been a pretty chill evening. Oh, Sparrow Bee streaming, thank you so much for the follow! Thank you, I appreciate it. We've been chilling and talking about random crap, and I have been spraying these fake rock face walls. At least I think they're fake. I'm not actually sure. Oh, the cracks are... Okay, that would explain it. There we go. We need this guy. There we are. Continued Final Fantasy XIV Savage Raid. The pain means it's working. Man, I wish I knew what that meant! I don't, I'm sorry. By the by, I owe you a thank you. I didn't know the Dangerous game was on Steam with voice acting until I saw it on your Twitter. Right? Isn't it great? Oh my god, I loved it. It was so good! Toxon, stop. Oh, I loved it. I thought it was great. The full voice acting was just such a delight. I gonna get up there? Gonna play it later this week. Hell yes! Let's go! It's awesome! I was kind of surprised I couldn't remember how to complete the Danger Desk bit, even though I'd played it tons when it came out back in... Oh wait. Ish? Somewhere around there. It's been a long time. The game is old. The series is old. The series is... It's so old, but still so good. That's like the one thing, usually, like I've been talking about, because over the weekend I saw my Mama Sheep and Papa Sheep. They came over for a visit, and we were talking about how, because of just how my dad's job was, Mama Sheep was a lot more present for like a lot of the things that influenced me growing up. But the one thing that she can never remember, but that Papa Sheep can always remember super well, is how addicted I was to Homestar Runner back when I was a kid. It cracks me up every time where Mom's like, what is this? And then every time Papa Sheep's like, that's Strong Badge! And I'm like, you're very close. He's not a badge. Good shot though, Papa Sheep. It was a good time. What was the unlicensed material? Or this Jellular Pop from Strong Badge, the movie. I know too many quotes. But yeah, it was a good time. Good times had by all. And then we're gonna be doing some variety over the next couple weeks, which will be fun. But yes, right now I'm just trying to get this damn rock wall clean, because there's so much of it! Oh, hello. That's the spot I missed. So if I just run over here... Whoop. And then grab an extendo arm. There we go! That should help. Okay. That one's good, that one's good. What still has gunk on it? Oh, a couple things. Oh, a couple things. Alright. One of the rock faces still does. Do you know when you'll be back to money laundering in Kamurocho? I think I'm gonna do it right after the anniversary stream, is when I'm gonna start Yakuza 3. I don't want to start it before. Because I wouldn't be playing it at all during the anniversary stream anyway. But yeah, I think I'm gonna start that up soon. And then I'm thinking of doing like a second long-term game as well, kind of like how I've been doing Friday nights with Misty as Izakaya. Like once I've beaten that game, having a different game for specifically Friday nights. I just have so many video games that's on my list of things to play. It's ridiculous. And I get overwhelmed by choice sometimes because there's so many choices. Ah, I just fell. You're not clean yet, wheel. There you go. What else is it? One of the water barrels? Oh. Oh. Man, I missed a ton of spots. Damn. See one over there. Not. Oh, yep, no, I did. This rock is dirty. Come on, do the little ping. There we go. What else? One of the small crates. Oh. Picked up a capture card specifically to whittle away my console backlog on stream. That's such a mood. I've got a huge backlog on my Switch. One of the fence sections. that one. Pew. Okay. Where at, though? Oh. So many little spots. That's what happens with a stage this large. This is a big-ass stage. Tops of the windows. Oh, and the inner side of that one. Oh my god, I missed all of this. There we go. And then all of the inside of that. I wonder if I bring the gnome over here if anything will happen. Let me go find him. Where'd that gnome go? It's fun, but the only FPS to ever give me motion sickness. Oh, I completely understand that. The camera can just go all kinds of bonkers. Can I turn him in for a reward? Can I return him in for an award? No? Okay. Fine. Yeah, I understand if, like, people... Like, I would understand why someone would skip this stream, because Power Wash Simulator can give you motion sickness. I'm very lucky that it doesn't give it to me. Because it definitely could if it wanted to. I've always been pretty sensitive to motion sickness. There we go. What else? What else? What else? The flag. Really? Sure, why not? Okay. For some reason, I get uneasy when I change the power washer to free motion. It makes it more realistic, because you can just move your hands. I don't know. Fort Blue frame. Dun, 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 dun. I gotta get on drawing the new Toho girls. I've really gotta take a minute to do that. I don't know, I can't smell flowers and now I can't power wash. It ain't easy. I'm so sorry. Oh, the top part. Okay. Oh, I see. Okay, we're good on this one. Oh. There's stuff on the saloon door. I almost said salon door. Oh, they'll look like a shadow in the first pass trick. This one, that's happened so many times. Oh, the warning sign. I'm looking for you. I'm looking for you, Dirt. Gonna get you, you stupid Dirt. I don't know where you went, but I'm gonna get you. Ugh. Okay, I missed stuff on the red tower. Man, this is the worst part of Power Wash Simulator. Alright. Fort Red Tower wall caps. So that's this upper section. Maybe. There's one. Maybe it's this one then? Which one is it? That one. Thought I just got that one clean. I'm wrong. I was just wrong the whole time. Mine lantern and mine track sleepers. What is a sleeper? I don't know anything about mining either. Oh, the tracks are called sleepers? Can I move the cart? That would make my life so much easier. I don't think I can move the cart. That sucks. Okay. There's one more. And then and then one of the lanterns. It's that one. So this mine lantern. Come on. Come on, clean off. I know you can do it. There we are. I didn't realize they were called sleepers. I just thought they were called tracks. The more you know. Oh, I don't think I told you we got the puppy I sent you pictures of. Oh, good! That's good. Glad that worked out. Yeah, when you sent it to me, I was in a place with no signal and I couldn't respond for like 8 hours. Yes, I know what it looks like. I just cleaned it. Great job at the paintball. It's absolutely spotless. I can't wait to serve it to Miggy one last time. I'm sure he's been working on his strategy for this all week, but I've come up with a new maneuver for which there is no defense. Bring it on. Silly. So that was the first bonus job that came out a couple days ago with the new content. The other two are the excavator and the Spanish villa. I don't think I'll have time to do the Spanish villa tonight, but we can do the excavator. I don't think I'll take too terribly long, do you? Hello, dear. Isn't it amazing what you can find in your yard when you have a little dig around? This woman is digging with an excavator in her front yard. I've been having the most incredible time in mine, and as a result, there's an industrial-scale excavator on my front yard that's as filthy as you like. Do you think you could be a love and wash it down for me? Thanks a bunch. Are these adding to your campaign mode, Bunny? I don't know. I own all of the items in the game. So, I don't know. Unless they've added new shit that I'm unaware of. I don't think they did, though. And I accidentally bought cleaner. I don't use cleaner. Okay, yeah, I have everything in the game. I don't know. Do bonus jobs usually add to the money? Because if they usually do, then I would assume yes. Because these are just standard bonus jobs. Just like the gnome fountain and the rover and stuff. Yes, I know. I've played this game enough to know that it resets the progress. Thank you, game. I appreciate it. Oh, it looks like yes, you earned with each of those items you played. Okay, then yeah, probably. This woman dug up her front yard! Oh, if she's got an HOA, she's screwed. Did I clean one of these houses? I feel like I cleaned one of them. Or maybe I didn't. Maybe it was that one. I don't know. Finally, I can buy the last item. You can complete your Power Wash Simulator collection. Yeah, this game also makes Mama Sheep motion sick. It also just drives her crazy that sometimes I don't power wash like you should in real life. I'm like, well, I've never used one, Mama Sheep, so that's not my fault in the slightest. Did the music stop? Hang on, 1 second. Where are you? No, we're just having an ambient noise interlude. There it goes. I was about to say, I think this is like a 4-hour compilation. I don't think it should be over. I feel like the treads are probably the hardest part to clean because of all the bumps. Everything else looks pretty easy. This is a big-ass excavator, though. But look, we're already at 29%. This is going much faster. Look at that. We're getting shit done. We're doing the job. We are doing what the client asked of us to do. I think after this stream I might get something to eat. I haven't eaten a ton today. As I started to dig, I thought it might be an old tin of soup that I didn't like and had thrown out the window. Uh-huh. Probably vegetable. I get angry as soon as I see the label. They don't even try to make it tasty. Then make it yourself, Maureen. Do you have an oven? A stovetop? Make your own damn vegetable soup. But no, it was something far, far stranger than that. Stranger than canned vegetable soup? Did you know one of the founders of Ben & Jerry's has the condition where he can't smell? He has no sense of smell. Crazy. I never knew that. Well, she doesn't have time to cook, Mallory. She has holes to dig. Look. She could have thrown that tin of soup out long before she rented an excavator. But what do I know? This is a silly game with silly premises. No. Clearly you don't live in a suburb. Excavators are the second step. I don't live in a suburb. You're absolutely correct. The first thing I saw once I got my trowel into the ground was a tooth. What was that terrible voice crack that just happened? I'm not used to multiple hours of talking. I take a week off and I'm back to square one. But not the tooth of a bull, a rabbit, or even a tyrannosaur. Are you an archaeologist? See, if you're an archaeologist, this makes more sense. Oh no! This one was much stranger than even that. You gonna give me more of a description as to what it is? You're just gonna leave me to wonder. I realized that this was gonna be a big and curious job. All right, Maureen, whatever you say. She downloaded and identified this app, but for bones, that requires a $2 a month subscription. I was gonna need something heavy-duty to get this thing out. Sure, ma'am. I don't know. Are there materials that you can mistake for bone? I feel like bone is pretty... It's not a lot of stuff that you could mistake it for on first glance. I'm probably wrong, but I don't know. See you later, excavator! Oh my god. I mean, a rock could be a bone. It's 2023. What? Something, something, something fossilization. Something, something dinosaurs, ammonite. Something, something sediment in the ground. Something, something fossil. I haven't really put a lot of focus on the paleontology, archaeology stuff since I was a kid reading science books that had fun pictures in them, but there's something in there. How am I supposed to get up to the top, though? Do I climb the arm? Now I just need a German-style mallard in the archaeology stream. What, I just go into the ground and start digging randomly? I don't think that's legal. Unless it's like your private property. Alright. Yoink! I guess this is how we get up. Especially, yeah, I get the motion sickness. I just do this shit all the time. After moving several tons of dirt, I revealed a huge pendulous arm. What the fuck? What the fuck is going on with this woman? Further down, an enormous body. Oh, does this have to do with all of the giant statues of fish people that have popped up around Muckingham? Because if so, that makes sense. Many more tons later, and I'd managed to finally free this entire thing and pivot it out onto the road. But I think you're lying, because I don't see anything. That's right. As incredible as it sounds, with just my trowel and shovel, I excavated this excavator. What? Right, you moved several tons of dirt with a shovel and a trowel. So believable. Uh-huh. Well, you crack geodes, then have an expert come on and tell you that you're doing a geology stream and regret the branding on all your merch. Alright. Well, I guess that would explain all the dirt and the lack of a second large object on the road. I mean, I guess, but I still don't believe it. I genuinely feel like she rented the excavator because she thought she had treasure or something in her front yard. Dug up a ton of dirt, realized that there was nothing, and then she just dug up her yard. And to cover it up, she made up this crazy story about finding the excavator, covered it in the dirt she dug up from her yard, and hired a power washer to clean it to get rid of all of the evidence so no one would be the wiser. I'm just saying. Oh, no, we don't want that one. Alright, let's see. the inside. There we go. No. There we go. But if the excavator's out here, and you're out here, and the caveman's in the ice... Ah! Yeah, I forgot about the caveman in the ice. But then who was phone? Oh my god, I haven't watched a YouTube poop about the caveman in the ice in so long. I wish I could remember the YouTube poop series I really enjoyed back when the format was at its prime. So probably like 08, 09, 2010. It was like an actual like serialized YouTube poop series. And it had a lot of Super Mario 64 because of course it did. And a lot of Mega Man 64 as well. It's probably lost to time now. But just thinking about it and like the faint memories I have of it just makes me super nostalgic. I hope I never have to explain to Mama Sheep and Papa Sheep what a YouTube poop is. So far I haven't had to. Let's hope it stays that way. It's like how Papa Sheep asked me what woke meant when they came to visit, and I was just like, that is the very strange question for you to ask, but yeah, sure, okay. I love Papa Sheep. He can get so fixated on things sometimes. And there are lots of dirt, cracks, and crevices on this bad boy. Hydrate time, yes, of course. Ooh. There's still plenty dirty under here. The treads are just such a pain in the ass. This little spinny nozzle is the best for that, though. So helpful. I think the one thing I don't enjoy is cleaning metal stuff. It does take a while, yeah. Honestly, I have metal cleaner. I might use it. I have some, I just don't ever use any of the cleaning liquids because I just forget that they exist a lot of the time. Oh, that was fast. There's so many little divots for dirt to get in on this bad thing. On this bad thing. On this bad boy. On this thing. No, on this bad thing. Gotta mush your words together. Come on, blue guy. Come on. Oh my god, there's so much stuff. Okay. Go. Where else has stuff? Boom cylinder bracket. What are those? Oh. On. There we go. Oh, there's a bunch of stuff on the arms still. Down and then point up. Oh, no. Okay. Any dirt anywhere? I don't see you, dirt. I don't. Oh, I see some dirt. Ah! Okay. What else we got? Cab base. Where? Oh! Okay. Bucket cylinder. What is that? Oh, that guy. Blink. We've also got the boom. Oh, it's like a boom arm of a microphone. Okay. That's why it's called that. Yoink! Ah, okay, I made it. Where's the dirt on this guy? I don't see it. Oh. Got it. Stick cylinder. Still needs some stuff. Oh, I see it. Little bits here and there. Hop over to the other side. Go. Alright. What else? Track upper rollers. Oh boy. Which one are... Oh, these things! Damn bluebies. Where's the dirt on you? Oh, you're in the back. Let me go to the other side. Clean! Clean, damn you! There's one. Come on, buckaroony. There we go. Alrighty. So we've got the track drive housing. I don't know the parts of an excavator. But I know what headlights are. There we go. Rear lights, and then the track drive housing. I don't know what that is. I'm gonna have to track that one. Probably on the bottom. Aha, yep. See? Where's the dirt? I'm here to get the dirt! But I gotta find the dirt first! Where's the dirt? Where the frick frack paddywhack is it, man? Oh, it was right there. Well, rear light. Rear light! Yeehaw! Look at it. You didn't get your industry standard VTuber excavator familiarity course? No. Oh. I just noticed one of my keycaps is on upside down. It's been like that for like 2 weeks. Oh well. The job you've done on the excavator is astonishing. Now it's clean. I can scarce believe I found it buried in my yard. Just goes to show if you just keep going, amazing things will follow. Just out of interest, how much do you think this thing could go for? I've got a feeling I've compromised the bungalow's foundations and could do with a cash injection. You don't say, Maureen. You don't fucking say. Swear to God. Oh my god, that's silly. Well, I think... Classic Maureen. I think with Classic Maureen, I think I'm gonna call it for tonight. You know, this is just to check out the new content, short return to form after a week off type of dealio. You're picking up what I'm putting down. Doing this stuff can be difficult sometimes. But yeah, that was fun. I enjoy that game. I always find it very relaxing, and it's nice to just have a chat with chat. Tomorrow we'll be playing I Have No Mouth and I Must Scream, based on the famous short story. It will probably be a little unsettling for some viewers, so discretion is advised. Friday, we will be at Izakaya yet again, like every other Friday. And then Sunday, we will be playing Valhalla Cyberpunk Bartender, a game I have wanted to play for a long time, but I just never did, because there are too many video games. Thank you so much for coming to my stream. I'm always super appreciative of any time anybody stops by. Yeah. I don't remember how to do my outro. But I hope you have a good night, evening, morning, day, or afternoon, dusk, dawn, whatever time of day. And I hope to potentially, possibly, see you in the next one. We're gonna raid Fenrisk, who's playing the old Honky Impact, back at the old grind. So be sure to say hi, and thank you for coming. Bye-bye, guys.